Hey everybody, welcome to Round the Twist, episode 353. It is December 30th, 2018, and I am so sorry. I fell so woefully behind. I completely spaced that we were going to be gone for over the weekend before Christmas and that I wouldn't get a chance to record. And yeah, mea culpa, I'm so sorry. Anyway, short show this week because even though I've worked on a lot, well, I have a lot done, there's not a lot to talk about. So first things first, the stained glass blanket, take two. So I didn't write show notes because I wanted to get this done for you because I'm butting up against nap time again. And Mom and Dad are here and hubby's napping and yeah, so I've got to get this done. So the stained glass blanket take two is from Wendy Harbaugh. The pattern is Juggling Hexes. It's free over on Ravelry. I'm using a 3.75 millimeter hook. That is an F hook for all of the Americans for you. And yeah, I've been trying this month to do a hexie a day. So joining one onto the blanket, not get the whole hexie done. So you'll remember I'm using Socks That Rock, lightweight and medium weight for the centers, and then the edge is all the Loopy You Solid series in black, which again I don't have down here, so sorry. This thing, I've been adding onto it like crazy. Let me see, let me find, where'd my thing go? So this end, you guys can see, this thing's getting too huge to show all in one go. This end that I squared off, I was here the last time you saw me. So since then I've added one. I think that is sapphire. Sea stone, there's two. Ruby slippers, there's three. Sweet pea, there's four. Then we flip the blanket the other way. Where am I at? I think, I don't know what this is. Black, maybe? 5, 6, which is marbles. 7 is Lucy. Jabberwocky, I don't know, one of the blues. Another blue, another blue. That's one of the Christmas colors, but don't ask me which one. Yeah, I don't even know, I lost count. 4, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Why is that like that? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I should have 29. I must have miscounted somewhere. Anyway, I've added on 29 hexies to the blanket total for the month of December. I still have to do today's the 30th and tomorrow's the 31st. But all I have left, so I squared off that other end. This end, trying to hold it up is difficult. I have 2 more rows to go. I have 9 more hexagons until this whole thing, I'm going to stand up for you. You're going to see my polar bear fleece jammy pants, probably. This whole thing, it's hitting the floor, and it's coming all the way up. You can't even see the whole thing. Crying out loud. Here, other side. This is only half of what I'm planning on doing. So there's the first half. Oh wow, it looks pretty from a distance. Yay! I only ever see it close up. So that is coming along quite nicely. I'm very happy with how it is. I showed it to my mom, and Mom, I'm going to out you on this. She told me she never thought I would get this far on something, that it would be too fiddly for me. I love it. I love it. It's another blanket on top of the blanket I already use, sitting on the couch, and it's been nice to pull it out every day and just accomplish one thing. Although some days, like I didn't drag it back to Nebraska with me when we went back for Christmas. So I had like 6 days worth to get caught up with all in one go. But I did, so I am caught up. 29 hexagons added onto this bit of loveliness, and I'm so, so happy. So, second thing is something new. That is the only thing that I took back with me when we went back to Nebraska. So let me go over. It is up on my project page, and I am calling it Manly Socks for hubby because I'm running out of names to call his plain vanilla stockinette stitch socks. These are 64 stitches. Nah, hang on. So sorry, I didn't bring anything down to drink. So these are 64 stitch vanilla socks that I didn't put when I started them. Oh noes! When did I start them? Let's see, back that weekend. I think I started them on the, I'm going to say the 19th. It was either the 19th or the 20th. Did I even add the yarn? Yes, I did. Okay. So 64 stitch stockinette socks. I'm going to grab a sock blocker, even though this one is not done, just so you can see it better. And these are not big enough for hubby's socks, but that's okay. So you are not going to be able to see the color accurately on this. Let me see if I shut off. That's a little bit better. So the yarn is Socks That Rock Lightweight. The colorway is called Strange Brew, which I did my Strange Moon, my Moonstruck sweater, I think it was, years ago. Oh gosh, I wore that, the Rhinebeck, right before hubby and I got married, so 6+ years ago. But I like the colorway so much I got it in Socks That Rock as well. So his first sock, when we left for Nebraska a week ago Friday, that was where the progress marker is, right there. So I'd finished the cuff and I was partway down the leg. This is a top down 64 stitch sock knit with a heel flap and gusset. I'm all the way down. I just started decreasing for the toe last night while hubby and I watched Bird Box. Actually, it was after we finished watching Bird Box because I had too much anxiety from that movie to be knitting while we were watching it. It is not a movie to watch with small people. If you like psychological thrillers and not having everything tied up in a nice, neat little bow when a movie ends, if you like something that leaves you thinking and with a lot of questions and with no answers, it's a great movie. If you want to know what happened, what about this, and what about this, and what about this, don't watch this movie. If you don't, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. It is definitely not one for the kiddos. Watch it after your kids are in bed. But I couldn't pick up my knitting because I had to focus on everything on the movie and just, yeah. So, first sock, almost done. I'm working on the toe decreases. You can kind of see how it's starting to go in. Yeah. I've only done a few, like four toe decreases, but that first sock should be done. I'm knitting it up on a US 1.5, which is a 2.5mm needle. Yeah. That's it. That's what I've been working on this week. Pokey things. All poo. I left part of my pokey things back in the craft room, but that's okay. So Tara the other night helped me cut out my next scrub top. She was handing me pins as I was pinning the pattern. So my next scrub top is soon to be put together. And then I went out today because I found a pattern on Etsy that I want to cross stitch. This is the pattern is from Fangirl Stitches, I believe. Yes, Fangirl Stitches, all one word, on Etsy. And if you've seen the In This House We Do Geek, those plaques, this is a cross-stitched version of that, and it's got so many of the things. So many of them I've read. There have always been a couple of things where hubby and I looked at each other and go, "What's that from?" And I mean, we're pretty geeky. I mean, hello. But I read this one and I went, "That's the one. That's the one we've been waiting for." So went out today. I purchased the pattern the other day. It's like $8 on Etsy, which isn't terrible. It calls for, I made hubby stop at Joann's with the kids, and the kids helped me pick out numbers. So I got some Joann's even weave cross stitch in the mushroom 28 count. We'll see how this goes. It's awfully small. And then I got all the colors that I would need for it, except the only way they had the variegated gray that it calls for was in this lovely box of all the variegateds. You see that gray? This one right here. That's the one that I need. The one thing that I need. Grr. And then I realized when I was going through it, and I had written out my little list of what I needed, all the colors that I needed, somehow I ended up with one color that isn't on that list. Thank you, small children, for helping me. Either that or maybe I grabbed it and someone had put it away in the wrong bin. That's possible too. But luckily, in the lovely curated stash that Mom and one of you have gifted to me, I can't remember who it was. Someone gifted me like 3 boxes of DMC embroidery floss, plus I have my mom's old embroidery DMC embroidery floss. So in there, I found, let's focus, number 3826. Yay, the one I was missing, along with the one that was empty. The bin was empty in the store, number 414, this steel gray. So I have all the colors that I need. I just need to sit down and start stitching, and so excited. Something fun. It's going to be a lot of back stitching, which I am not wonderful at, but I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. And yeah, it'll be okay. It's fine. So that's pokey things. Yeah. Gonna get started back to my cross stitching, which I'm very excited about. So let's see, what do we have over in the any questions thread? Moving on to various and sundry. We only have like 3 questions left. Okay, we have a question. If anyone wants to ask me anything, head over to the Ravelry board. There's a sticky thread at the top of the forum called Any Questions. Post something in there within reason. I'm willing to try to answer it for you and give you honest opinion about something. So first one is from Wombat Knitter. Actually, we're just going to do the one. Wombat Knitter, who is Patty. And Wombat Knitter asked, some years back you were knitting a pair of Kitchery socks for your mom. It seems that they were very fiddly. Did you ever finish them? If so, does your mom wear them a lot? I hope so, since they just seem to be quite labor intensive. Thanks. Okay, Patty. Yes, I did finish them. I believe they're up on my Ravelry page with pictures. Let me go mark your post that I read it and go back. However, so I knit these years and years and years ago, and I told Mom, so if you'll remember I can't remember the designer's name now. When I was knitting them, there they are. Mom's Kitchery socks. So I can tell you exactly when I knit them. So I started them in October of 2009 and I finished them in March of 2010. So very shortly after I started the show. It was by Lisa Grossman, who was the Sock Zarina, who is sadly no longer with us. But I had bought one of the kits. So it had all the yarn that you needed in it, which was the Holiday Yarns Flock Sock, excuse me, which was a merino nylon blend for the main part of the sock. And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to pull up the picture here on the Kitchery. At the time, I was still knitting everything on double points, so this was definitely a labor of love. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see these. Those were the Kitchery socks. Gorgeousness, lace, and then the cuff. This was a beaded lace cuff, so the beads are all along the edge. But to do that, you had to pre-string the beads. Now, this is not superwash. This was Zephyr wool silk lace weight that you could get in huge combs, which I did. Pre-string the beads in a certain order so they come out perfectly when you do the edging. Took forever. I was not very proficient at knitting lace or very good at it. And then when you were done with the lace of the sock, you had to do the lace of the cuff, and it was just fiddly beyond belief. Somehow, I don't know how, I don't know who the guilty parties are, so they shall remain nameless. Somehow the socks ended up in the washing machine with all the other socks. So I'm of the mindset socks should be machine washable. I know you should hand wash them just to help preserve the color and the dye job, which Mom had been doing meticulously. Well, somehow they didn't get separated from the rest of the load. They went through the washer, and that beautiful lace cuff went from this to this and too tight to be able to even get the socks on. So I don't know where they currently are. They did get worn and loved, but yeah, that was a little heartbreaking when Mom told me that had happened. So, I'm sorry. Yes, I did finish them. They are done. They were gifted that Christmas 2010. And Mom did get some wear out of them. So, there you go. I did finish them. I do have that other kit from the Socks Arena to do the grapes one that has all the grape leaves in the wine glass heel, and yeah, that's insane, but I don't do toe-up socks. So I'm just looking at it and going, oh, do I want to start it really and struggle with it and fight with it? I don't know. So, there you go. That's where we're at, unfortunately. The Kittery socks. I don't even know if Mom still has them. I'll have to ask her, but yeah. So, Wombat Knitter, Patty, there's your question. Did I ever finish them? Yes, and they were gifted. Does my mom wear them a lot? Well, not anymore. And they were, yes, they were quite labor intensive and had me cussing them out quite a bit. And yeah, a lot of snuggles with Phoebe during that time. So, so yeah, we're going to leave that as it is. There's 2 more questions left in the thread. If you want to keep the any questions bit going, please pop over there and leave a question for me so I can keep going, because it's been fun answering your questions. I'll let you guys go until next week, hopefully. Happy knitting.